you ever feel like you have really aggressive high highs and really aggressive low lows, for reference, you feel like you can't get out of bed some days, but other days you feel like you're on top of the world, kind of like a manic state, but we don't want to label it because I'm not a doctor, right? When you have these kinds of things, you need to quite literally ground yourself, first of all. And when you are feeling like a really high high, why are you feeling that way? You need to start to pinpoint what you did the day before that was making you feel so good, or what you were feeling the hours before. What did you work out? Did you go on a run? Did you hang out with a friend? What did you do to make you feel so good and high? Because if it was hanging out with a friend, hang out with that friend more. If it was going working out, I don't care what form of workout, you could go on a freaking walk. Who cares? Just move your body. That's Note that, take note of that, and that's going to help you in the long run to identify why you are feeling these high highs and low lows. Same with like the lows. If Pay attention to what makes you feel low. If you are consuming too much media that makes you feel really, really low, why don't you take a step back? And I have a really hard time saying this because I know that it is so important to stay informed. However, not to the detriment of yourself. If it is like genuinely harming your mental health, to constantly, like, we were not meant to constantly consume this stuff that we can now with the access we have with social media. If it's genuinely damaging your mental health, I believe that there are people who can take it on, and that is lovely, and we need those people. Like, we genuinely need those people because they help. But you are not a help if you cannot ground yourself, and if you're not even mentally there. Like, you are genuinely not a help. So I know people hate on other people, like, yeah, that's a privilege. I get it. I do. I get it so much. But you cannot expect people to be okay, because not everyone is the same. Not everyone can consume content in the same ways that other people can, especially harmful content. Like, for me, I have to really, like, I can't even watch scary movies. That's me. I know people love scary movies, like, are obsessed with scary movies, and I love that for them. I cannot do it. Now, that's just one example, but I don't need to, like, you know what I'm saying. I feel like I don't need to over explain myself. You know what I'm saying. Figure these things out. What is making you feel low? Because this is going to help you pinpoint who you really are, and like tune into your spirit and the things that make you actually feel good, so you don't struggle so much with being in a really high, like in your true spirit or whatever, versus a really low where you're in your insecurities, you're in a lower vibration, you're just like not feeling good about yourself. That's going to hopefully ease up with time, as you figure this out. So I hope that helped. You know me, I love to yell.